Hello and welcome to Ryan Williams AFC, of course, here to talk to you about the preview for Manchester City versus Arsenal tomorrow night at the Etihad Stadium. And of course, we're going to obviously briefly touch on the 1-0 result we did over the past weekend, Arsenal versus West Ham. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like, share and subscribe. Of course, also leave us a comment and make sure you click the link in the description where you can check out the Socially Outcasted series and let me know your thoughts on that. More videos will be uploaded on that channel. So let's quickly touch on the West Ham game just gone past. Of course, Arsenal getting a goal, VAR actually doing their job for once for Arsenal. And let's be honest, man, that game was actually appalling in terms of the way West Ham were actually dominating us in that first half. I mean, Mikel Arteta, did he get the lineup right? A lot of people were talking before the game. And let's be honest, going back to West Ham, I mean, Bowen looked very impressive against us. Antonio missing his chance. I don't know how he didn't finish his dinner. Luckily, he didn't. We saw in the second half a tremendous save from Bert Leno and, you know, a good goal from Alexander Lacazette. A lot of questions on Mesut Ozil on why he didn't shoot. Even I was losing my head watching the game, wondering why Ozil was not shooting. But as I've said in previous videos, Ozil's just that player that prefers to pass rather than shoot. It's as simple as that. This is what you get. So, in the end, for me, we were very lucky escaping home turf with the whole 3 points. But again, listen, the 3 points is important. It's imperative. Every game matters. If we have a small window of hope to get in those Champions League places, you know, 5th is up for grabs, potentially giving us the Champions League position if we can obtain it, due to Manchester City's obviously being banned out of the Champions League, you know. And then, listen, it's going to be tough. And the reason why I left this video so late is because, of course, I wanted to see the other fixtures being played in terms of Manchester United versus Manchester City. And Manchester United dominated Manchester City 2-0, which, again, doesn't really help us out with the points being, 5 from Manchester United. Leicester last night beating Aston Villa 4-0. So that third spot looks so ever tight for Leicester. And going back to Sunday, Chelsea absolutely destroying Everton 4-0. So again, the pressure is on with these 4th and 3rd and 5th spots, predominantly more 4th and 5th. But listen, you know, when you got Sheffield United around, which they did also win 1-0 on the weekend, and Wolves drew 0-0, which again did benefit us, and Tottenham and Burnley drew, which also benefited us. So again, like I said, 3 points is so vital for us if we have any hope of trying to gain Champions League football at the end of the season. But let's have it right, guys. Manchester City tomorrow night. What shape or form are they going to be in? Okay, we know there was no Kevin De Bruyne. We know Sane didn't come on the pitch. And look, Manchester City, listen, second half, they tried to do their thing. Well, let's have it right. United, they just did their thing. And they've been on form, which actually worries us, because the more they keep up their form and, you know, we keep scraping through games, trying to get the 3 points, the pressure's going to be on. I seriously feel that it's going to come down to the last day of the season, whether or not we all find out who is getting these Champions League places. Because, again, Tottenham's starting to slip. Do you know what I mean? So let's just get into the Man City game, of course. I'm not going to dwindle around that. This game is a must win for us. City, they have nothing really to play for. The title's already going to Anfield, as we know. They've got no Champions League football next season. And, you know, all they really have to do is focus on the Champions League next week against Real Madrid. So, what to expect? Again, is KDB going to come back and potentially beat us up again like they did already earlier on this season at the Emirates? Man, I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm not looking forward to this game. Because the last time, if you remember last season, when Manchester City were shaking about, losing games to Crystal Palace and Newcastle, I remember we all Arsenal fans, myself included, if you go back and check out the previous fixture last season, when I spoke to you about this, I said, if we come with a strong squad, we might get something out of it. I didn't say a win, but I said something. It stays the same as this. Because, again, we saw comedy errors from their goalkeeper. And it cost them the game. Let's be real. Not taking anything away from Manchester United's performance. But Ederson cost Manchester City, as well as a few players missing and a few other tactical errors from Pep. And Wan-Bissaka just had Raheem Sterling on the ropes. Let's be real. But we do not have a right back the quality of Wan-Bissaka. We got Bellerin, who has not really been great. Do you know what I mean? And in fitness terms as well as performance, hasn't really been... you know what I mean? He's had a few his and theirs, but obviously coming back from a long injury, it's going to be tough to get back to where he used to be. And plus, let's be real, he hasn't looked as quick. He's kind of dropped off a little bit. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is still missing. We saw clips. We saw a clip. Yeah, I'll say it. A clip when he came on against Portsmouth. But I don't know. I don't think Arteta really trusts him right now. We've had Socrates covering there. And look, Cedric Suarez, the forgotten man that we bring in this January, seems to be fully fit. So again, what are we going to do with that situation? Because their wingers, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Sane might come back in for this game. I mean, Mahrez. And you saw how good he was in that second half against Manchester United. Listen, this game, it means a lot to us Arsenal fans. Do you know what I mean? But can we get a win there? I don't know. It hasn't really been kind to us in a number of years. Let's be real. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me, guys. But again, what are we going to do? How are we going to line up? And can we even get a win? A point I wouldn't mind. But again, we need the impossible right now. And the reason why I call it the impossible is because, like I said, last season, I didn't even get to finish it. Apologies. When City were shaking up and being stunned, we had a chance. And I remember within the first few seconds, Iwobi got himself caught out at the edge of the box. 1-0 City. Before half-time, Koscielny got the equaliser and we thought, oh, wow, there might be some hope after all. But unfortunately, we ended up losing the game and it was what it was. So, you know, under Mikel Arteta, we've been undefeated so far in the league in 2020. Of course, we only lost one game, and that was back in December against Chelsea. And look, Arteta, it's his homecoming. The previous club where he was alongside probably one of the greatest managers in Premier League history in terms of Pep Guardiola. Again, one of the, I'm not saying he is, but let's have it right. What he's done with Man City alongside him with our boss, Mikel Arteta, they've made some critical history. Do you know what I mean? But Mikel Arteta comes back to the Etihad Stadium. We need those 3 points. And I'm hoping for Mikel Arteta, he puts out the strongest squad possible. We know the tricks of the trade. We got Arteta, who's worked with these City boys. This could benefit us. But again, the quality of Manchester City, the resilience of Manchester City is going to be on our heads. And we're all going to have to worry about that. So again, let's, hope we can leave the Etihad with something. Because again, it's Manchester City. They may have lost their last game, but Man City, once they lose one, they can come right back. And when it's us, they seem to do that. So anyways, let's go with the starting 11. For me, Leno's going to be in goal, of course. The right back situation, I am not picking Socrates. And, sorry, but, oh, you guys, late night. But that right back situation, like I just said, Hector, he hasn't really been playing many games. Should we bring him back? Okay, Cedric Suarez has been fit. It has come out. It is stated that he is fit and in training. Do we bring him back? Is he Maitland-Niles? Do we dig him up from the bench? Do we bring him in? Because I just said Socrates is not going right back. If he's going right back, he is going to get murdered or get himself sent off, because we know Socrates when it comes to tackling. But listen, they got too much pace on that wing, and we need to equal that. So for me, this is a big game. And to be honest with you, we did see a bit of Bellerin coming in against West Ham later stages of the game. So do we bring him back for this one? To be honest with you, I'm more intrigued, and this is a risk as well. I'm more intrigued to put Cedric Suarez there, to be honest with you guys, because again, Hector, I don't know. Okay, I don't know where he's at. He's been feeling niggling injuries, as there's been various reports coming out. And listen, it might be a really big risk. We could lose Hector in that game, and we do not want to lose a sub in that game like we already saw with Mustafi in that Europa League fixture against Olympiacos. So for me, I'm probably just going to have to pick Cedric Suarez. Simple as that. The centre-backs, listen, they answer themselves. We're going to have to go with the same partnership that we saw in the last game as Pablo Mari and David Luiz. We need these guys to be strong and commanding as hell. Mustafi has been rumoured that he's injured, but I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. So for now, anyways, in this video, I'm sticking with the centre-backs that we picked in the last game. Pablo Mari and David Luiz. Left-back situation. Now, this is another one that's interesting because we know Kieran Tierney is fully fit, but Bukayo Saka has done a wonderful job in filling in that position. And we all know Saka is actually a left winger. So for me, it's tough because, again, Saka's going to probably need a rest because, again, we're going to probably burn him out. And it won't surprise me if he's already been burnt out because we did see a little bit of sloppiness within that second half in the Everton game a few weeks ago. So do we bring Tierney back in? I mean, it might mess up the jig of things in terms of how we've been playing and how Saka and Aubameyang have been on one side, and that partnership, we don't want to mess that up quite, you know what I mean? But again, Tierney is a left back. Could this be his first game back? I probably want to hold him off until maybe our next game. Maybe bring Tierney in for Brighton. So I'm going to continue with Bukayo Saka in that left back position. Now, the midfield, again, this is going to be interesting because as breaking news came out yesterday, Lucas Torreira, it looks like he possibly may be out for the remainder of the season after that challenge he got at the Portsmouth game in the FA Cup. So right now, it's going to have to be Xhaka, Ceballos, and Ozil. And yes, I said Ozil because we know Ozil doesn't really travel well away from home. But F this shit. Ozil needs to be putting up his socks. And I heard a lot of praise for Ozil in the last fixture because he got the assist. Personally, I thought Ozil was very flat. I said he had a few chances. He didn't take them kindly. There was a chance that Eddie Nketiah had, and he kind of the ball kind of dropped in front of Nketiah nicely, but Ozil just got in there and just took the shot. And it was a weak shot. Let's have it right. It was a weak shot. But usually I would have wanted Xhaka, Torreira, and Ceballos in front because for me, Willock, it's not good enough to start. I think Willock's better off coming off the bench and being that impact player personally. But I think we're going to need Ozil's creativity there. Ceballos has done a good job coincide with Ozil and Xhaka. Do you know what I mean? So I'll keep them midfielders that. Now, the forwards. Now, this is when Mikel Arteta has to be ruthless. And I have to say it like that. Because it is so imperative that we use Gabriel Martinelli. We haven't seen Martinelli start in a few games now. It's got a lot of fans wondering what's going on. It's got me confused as fuck. Let's be real. But I'll pick him there. Martinelli on that left. We need to bring the kid back. Who remembers the first 30 seconds of the home fixture when Martinelli almost got in their box? City didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to expect. The impact of Gabriel Martinelli this season has been great. We have to be using him. So I hopefully see Mikel Arteta bring him in on the team sheet. If he's not in the starting 11, I'm going to be annoyed. But at the same time, he needs to be playing in that game. City didn't know what to expect. So listen, we got to be doing that. And again, as much trickery as we can have with the win backs with Walker and Mendy, listen, we got to be testing them out. Martinelli has to be left wing. Pepe, we all know, is more likely going to be on the right. He didn't really have the best of games against West Ham. That's why we saw Reece Nelson come on. You know what I mean? I did have a Facebook follower kind of tell me he would have preferred Nelson start over Pepe, of course, over that Portsmouth win. And Nelson he had a very exceptional game. But for me, it's Man City. Pepe, it's time to shine. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has to be in the middle. I know Lacazette has scored the last goal. I get it. But for me, Lacazette is better coming off the bench. Because if you've seen the hunger in Lacazette when he comes off the bench, it seems a lot more like fire up his arse in the fact that Eddie Nketiah has been getting the call over him. But Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has to start in that central forward position. It's imperative. If we want something from this game, we need to be getting our best striker in the middle, not on the left. And I understand what Arteta said in the press conference. We have a lot to deal with right now in terms of strikers because, again, Martinelli can play through the middle. We know Pierre can play through the middle, but we see him on the left. Lacazette, he's been in and out of form. Eddie Nketiah, another one who we had to bring back off loan from Leeds. Do you know what I'm saying? And look, guys, we have to be real. We need to put Aubameyang in that central forward position. It's imperative. So for me, I'm just going to be honest. We might lose this game, but I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say we can get a draw out of this. I'm not sure the score, maybe 2-2. And you might say, oh, well, that's kind of negative. We need the 3 points. Of course. But let's be honest with ourselves. Manchester City, the quality that they have, Aguero, Sterling, Jesus, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva. Do you know what I mean? KDB might be back for that game. Sane might even get a start in that game or come off the bench. We don't know. Their defence isn't that great right now. We saw Otamendi all over the gaff at Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? So we know our defence is shaky as hell, but we know their defence is shaky as well. So this game could go either way. This is why I'm saying a draw. Hopefully we get the win, because again, it's imperative. But I'm going to be honest, if we lose, listen, I won't be surprised. That team still has quality. And compared to us, and that midfield, like I said to a lot of Arsenal fans on Twitter, listen, our midfield, I still worry about that a lot, okay? We can moan about the defence, but the midfield for me is still scary as hell. They do go missing sometimes. Ceballos makes up for his mistake, but we have to be starting quick. No more sloppiness in this game, okay? Because the last probably 5 to 6 fixtures, we've started so slow, but ended up getting the win, which is good. We're on a run, 3 wins in a row. Listen, we got to actually pull our socks up, play quick. City won't expect that because they see us sluggish and slow, lethargic. And again, if we do that, we're probably going to get run over. It's as simple as that. So hopefully we get a win. I'm going for a draw. I'm going 2-2. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the team. Do you agree with it or not? Let me know your team, of course, if you're watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitter, of course, if you're checking out the links. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Please like, share, subscribe, and, of course, check out the Associate Outcasted series. Link is in the description box. And, of course, stay tuned for the match reaction. Peace.